Hey guys, Kevin here. It's been 10 days now since the Switch came out, and I thought I would do a little video about it, and I really want to talk about the launch of the product, the launch of the Nintendo Switch. I mentioned in another video that I didn't buy it on launch, and I bought the Wii quite early on. I bought the Wii U a little bit later on. I've had every single Nintendo console. I'm a big Nintendo fan, but there was a few things put me off getting the Switch at launch. Mainly the games. There was really no incentive for me to buy it just now because the only game I want to play is Zelda, and it's available on the Wii U as well. I might change my mind on this because I've not bought it for the Wii U yet. I've been a little bit busy over the last couple of weeks, so I need to decide whether I buy the Switch and get Zelda with it, or I just buy it for the Wii U. I was talking to my friend Mark the other day, Malky, and he loves the Switch. He bought it on launch day, and he was telling me about just his thoughts about it. He noted that when he got the actual console, he says it felt like it wasn't second hand, but it felt like the box had been opened, or it was like not a refurb, but you can buy it like open boxes when you buy things from Amazon. It kind of felt like that, he said, because when you opened up, it wasn't sealed, and when he opened up the actual box, everything was in a wrapper, but there was no stickers, nothing was sealed. And it just got me thinking about this whole thing. I've been reading about the news about it, and I've been looking at reviews and unboxings, and without a doubt, I think that Nintendo has rushed the release of the Nintendo Switch. I do think they've just, maybe 5 or 6 months before it should have come out, before it was ready. One of the first telltale signs of that was, as I said, there's only 4 or 5 games available at launch. There's a few more coming soon, but like the Switch 1-2 that's there, it's not even really a game. It's just really to demonstrate what the Switch can do, and they want full price for it. There's a couple of digital games, like there's a Neo Geo game, there's Shovel Knight, which has been out for a couple of years now. I've got it for the PS4. So it just seemed a little bit strange. Nintendo have messed up a couple of launches in the past. Well, it was pants really. They've messed up launches in the past, and I think that it was important for them to get it right. Now, they have got it right, because it is apparently one of the biggest selling, fastest selling consoles in recent history. But I really think they should have held back before they had more games. But that aside, there's a lot more kind of physical problems with the actual product. The biggest one just now is that the left con, the left con joystick, the Joy-Con, sorry. The left one apparently is having problems connecting via Bluetooth, and there's a lot of people having problems with it connecting. So Nintendo say they need to review this. They're going to look at what's been happening. They need to start reviewing it to see, what they can do about it. So it's good that they've at least acknowledged it. But there's a lot of other problems as well. I watched the unboxing from Ashens, the English YouTuber Ashens. Is really funny, and he did an unboxing. He talked a lot about this. He talked about the fact that the screen scratches very, very easily. Now, the screen's 720p, it looks good, but the screen does apparently scratch very easily. I saw some other people saying as well that their Nintendo Switches have been arriving with dead pixels. And Nintendo actually came out and said, no, that's to be expected, which I think is a little bit crappy. If you're going to be having this console for the next 5-10 years or whatever, 5 years at least, it's a bit poor that, it's arriving with so many problems right off the bat. So there's dead pixels. The Ashens said that because the screen runs so warm, you can't actually put a screen protector on it because it would just melt, because the screen, it's running so much power going through it, it heats up. So you can't even put a screen protector on it. He noted as well that if you can't even put a sticker on it or whatever, because it would pull off the paint. But another big problem is that apparently, a lot of people are scraping their Switch just when they put it in the dock. I mean, the whole point of the Nintendo Switch is the fact it can be used as a handheld, and you can dock it and you use it as your home console. My friend Mark was saying that he's just viewing it as a handheld, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. But the whole idea is that you've got the docking station and you put your Switch in, and then you can play it on your main screen. You can continue playing. It's kind of like an advancement of the idea that it had with the Wii U. You can switch from the main console, from your TV to the Wii U gamepad. And the Wii U, I actually thought that was a really cool, call it gimmicky, but it was actually quite practical. But with the Switch, it does feel, I do get the impression that, I don't know, the docking station seems like an afterthought, because it does, here's the thing, it does apparently have a GPU in it. It's got like a couple of, like connection ports, USB, whatever. But here's the thing, I've been looking at people talking about Zelda, and apparently it's running at 30 frames per second on the handheld, when you've got it on its own, and then it's running at 20 frames per second a lot when you actually dock it and put it onto the big TV. And that's kind of the opposite of what you would expect it to happen. You would think that, the frame rate would actually increase when it's got access to the graphics, the additional graphics power. It doesn't seem to be the case. And there are sometimes apparently as well where the Wii U version sometimes performs a little bit better than the Switch version. I think, I've said this before, that I think the Nintendo, without a doubt, they pushed back the release of Zelda. I honestly think Zelda was pretty much finished about a year and a half ago, but they've just decided, okay, what is the point of releasing this for a console that's towards, well, it should really have been in the middle of its life, but, they just ended it early, and they thought, okay, we're just going to screw over all the people that bought the Nintendo Wii U, and we'll use it as a launch product for the Switch. Now, they're not really screwing people for the Wii U, because you could argue, it's the last game for the Wii U. But from a business point of view, I do think that's a very smart decision, because people weren't buying the Wii U, ironically, because the game that we all wanted was Zelda and it didn't come out. But I do understand that from a business point of view. I do understand they need to make decisions like that. And sometimes, as a gamer, you get screwed over when they decide, okay, this is failed, let's put all our chips onto the next thing. And that's what they've done with the Switch, right? I understand that. But it does seem, like my friend was saying, that there was a lot of things, like they had to change Zelda, where they've kind of ripped out. It was obviously, there was lots of, I've not played Zelda yet, I'll just point that out. But he said there was a lot of things that was clearly kind of designed for the Wii U in mind, but now they've had to change it and, mess it around and make it for the Switch. All of these things, some of these are minor things. As far as launch titles, I guess you can forgive it, because there's going to be more titles over the next few months. Splatoon 2 looks okay. Mario Kart, I've already got it, so it's kind of, just another re-release. But 6 months, a year down the line, there's going to be a lot of games. So that's not a major problem for me. I think the thing that really highlights it's maybe being rushed a little bit too soon is the problems with the screen, the problems with it scratching easily, the problems with the left Joy-Con not connecting properly. Now, I'm hoping, for the benefit of people who have bought the Switch, I hope that they've, that issue with the Joy-Con not connecting is hopefully, maybe something that can be resolved using software. Maybe there's going to be a system update. I don't know. It's a little bit poor though. When you put it all together, as I said, I've not bought it yet, but I'm quite keen to. I keep swaying between I'm not buying it. I think if I buy the Wii U Zelda, I probably won't have any incentive of buying this until the end of the year, if I'm honest. There's no other games that I think, right, I need to have it. So this is why I'm thinking I'll just buy the Wii U Zelda. But I must admit, if I'd bought this on launch day and spent, £300 in the console, God, it's like £60 a controller and all that as well, and then you've got £50 a game. You're talking £400, £500 to get everything. And, if I'd spent that kind of money and then it arrived with dead pixels, with the left Joy-Con not working, with problems with the screen, etc., I think I can understand why a lot of people would be pissed off. I would be really pissed off as well. And it seems like they should have spent maybe 6 months down, maybe it wouldn't be 6 months, but at the very least, they should have spent another month or two testing these things. And I don't know if maybe they have tested it and they've just thought, get it out, and we'll deal with it later. A lot of you guys should remember the Nintendo Wii. And when that came out, there was a problem with people basically throwing their controllers at their televisions because there was no strap. So then that's why they gave out millions of the free little straps so that people could strap it around the wrist, and the Wii controller, the Wii U controller as well. It wouldn't come out of your wrist. It wouldn't fly off and hit your television. But that was, I can understand how that was something that maybe they hadn't really thought of during the testing stage. Maybe they hadn't really considered the fact that people would be bowling and then throwing a controller at the TV and smashing it up. But for things like, you know, the Joy-Con not connecting for all the millions of different systems, for the fact that it scratches dead easily, you know, you think maybe they've picked the wrong materials. I don't know. I'll put it out to you guys. I'd love to hear what you think about the Nintendo Switch, especially if you've got one or you've played one with your friends. I'll maybe take a trip around to my friend Mark's one day and get a shot of it myself to see what it's like. And if I do, I'll probably convince myself and then go around full circle and then decide to buy one. But I'd love to hear what you think about this, guys. I'm of the opinion that I think it has maybe been a little bit rushed. And as much as it is great getting these consoles out earlier, you know, they really do need to refine things like this before they ship them out. And as always, if you're an early adopter, you do kind of get your pants taken down and screwed a little bit, and that's just the nature of things. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Leave a comment and I'll talk to you all soon.